Once you've found the home of your dreams and made an offer that the seller has accepted, you'll begin the legal process of closing, or making the home yours. Closing a real estate transaction is the investigation made by the escrow company, title attorney, or agent to determine that all necessary deeds, mortgage papers, and other title documents have been completed, all real estate taxes have been paid, all current real estate taxes have been prorated properly between the buyer and seller, payment has cleared and all proceeds have been properly dispersed, a final search of title or ownership has been made, all papers of record have been filed at the courthouse. While all of this may sound daunting, your House Rebate Realtor will guide you through the process. Closing begins once the seller has accepted your offer. You'll make an earnest money deposit to show you're serious about completing the sale. Next, the escrow or closing officer will order the tax information on the property. Property taxes can be confusing because most real estate taxes are paid in arrears, which means the buyer is assessed the taxes, though they aren't due and payable until a future date. The seller is responsible for all past due property taxes, including interest and penalties. These amounts will be paid prior to the transfer of property. Additionally, the seller is responsible for a prorated portion of the property taxes from the assessment to the closing date, so the buyer will be credited the amount of taxes that the seller owes at the close of escrow. At that time, the buyer pays the entire tax bill, which is partially covered by the credit from the seller. At this point, all fees such as homeowners association are paid and the seller's loan payoff amount is calculated. Inspections and necessary repairs are coordinated. Loan papers will be drafted and the title agent or attorney will coordinate the receipt of all the necessary legal documents. A title search will be initiated to find all publicly filed documents, such as deeds, tax liens, and wills which affect the ownership of the property. The paper trail will be examined to verify the legal ownership of the property. It is advisable for you to purchase title insurance. Title insurance is not as well understood as other types of home insurance, such as hazard or flood insurance, but it's just as important. When buying a home, instead of purchasing the actual building or land, you're really acquiring the title to the property, the right to occupy and use the space. Title insurance paid with a one-time premium protects your investment against any rights or claims asserted by others. Your escrow company will schedule the closing according to the timetable in the sales contract. Most residential real estate closings use a standard settlement statement that covers buyer and seller expenses. You can expect the escrow officer, the seller's realtor and attorney, your House Rebate Realtor, and your attorney, if you have one, to be at the closing. The seller will sign the deed, you'll sign the new mortgage, and all other disclosures and documents will be executed. After the closing, the escrow or closing officer balances the disbursement sheet. Payoffs are made on loans and other outstanding liens. The seller receives his or her proceeds, commission checks are cut for the real estate agents, and all other miscellaneous fees and bills are paid. The documents are readied for recording and then sent to the appropriate county recorder. Though the documentation and procedures to close a real estate transaction may seem challenging, there are seasoned professionals to guide you through the process. Your House Rebate agent will be by your side and will answer any questions you might have. For more information on closing and hundreds of other topics, check out the national bestseller, Home Buying by the Experts, at www.homebuyingbytheexperts.com or call 888-836-5675.